This video uses new immigrants' common plans to teach how to form and answer questions in the simple future tense with be going to. We use be going to express plans and intentions for the future. The question form consists of the question word, the be verb, the subject, going to, and the verb. The answer consists of the subject, the be verb, going to, and the verb. Here is an example. What are you going to cook for dinner today? I am going to cook beef and broccoli for dinner today. Note: when the question word is also the subject, the question form takes the following pattern instead. We have the question word, the be verb, going to, and the verb. Examples: who is going to cook dinner today? What is going to happen tomorrow? Which rooms are going to be the guest rooms? You will hear the question and see the short answer in parentheses. Form the complete answer in your mind or say it out loud. Make sure to use the correct be verb, is, am, or are. You will hear and see the complete answer next. How are you going to improve your English? I am going to improve my English by taking evening classes and practicing every day. What classes are you going to take first? I am going to take English and computer skills classes first. How are you going to improve your professional skills? I am going to improve my qualifications by getting a professional certificate. How are you going to earn a professional certificate? I am going to earn a professional certificate by taking certification courses. Where are you going to attend classes? I am going to attend classes at the local community college. When are you going to register for classes? I am going to register for classes next month. How many days a week are you going to attend classes? I'm going to attend classes 4 days a week. Why are you going to continue your education? I am going to continue my education to have better career opportunities. Where are you going to register your children for school? I am going to register my children at the nearest public elementary school. Why are you going to continue studying even after you get your ideal job? I am going to continue studying to keep my skills up to date and stay competitive in the job market. Where are you going to look for job openings? I am going to look for job openings online and at the community job center. What kind of job are you going to apply for first? I am going to apply for entry-level jobs in customer service first. How are you going to write your resume? I am going to write my resume with help from a career counselor. Who is going to help you prepare for job interviews? A volunteer at the Immigrant Support Center is going to help me prepare for job interviews. What field are you going to work in? I am going to work in the healthcare field. How are you going to find a job? I am going to find a job by applying online and attending job fairs. Who is going to help you with your job search? A counselor from the employment center is going to help me with my job search. What experience are you going to highlight in your applications? I am going to highlight my customer service and teamwork experience in my applications. Who are you going to ask to be your reference? I am going to ask my former supervisor to be my reference. What are you going to do if you cannot find a job quickly? I am going to volunteer at a charity organization if I cannot find a job quickly. What kind of company are you going to work for? I am going to work for a company that values diversity and offers growth opportunities. What kind of business are you going to open one day? I am going to open a small bakery that sells international pastries one day. How are you going to save money to start your business? I am going to save money to start my business by working 2 jobs and setting aside part of my income. Who is going to help you write your business plan? A mentor from the local small business center is going to help me write my business plan. What professional licenses are you going to get? I am going to get a food handling license and a business permit for my bakery. Where are you going to live with your family? I am going to live with my family in an affordable apartment near the school. How are you going to find an apartment? I am going to find an apartment by checking local housing ads and visiting rental offices. What documents are you going to need to rent an apartment? I am going to need proof of income, an ID, and a credit check to rent an apartment. How are you going to support your family? I am going to support my family by working full-time and saving money. How are you and your family going to spend your weekends? We are going to spend our weekends exploring stores, libraries, museums, and the outdoors. How are you going to help your children adjust to life in the US? I am going to help my children adjust by encouraging them to make friends and learn English. What hobbies are you going to continue in your new country? I am going to continue painting and playing soccer in my new country. What traditions are you going to keep in your family life? I am going to keep celebrating our cultural holidays and cooking traditional foods at home. When are you going to start saving for a house? I am going to start saving for a house next year after I find a stable job. How are you going to build your credit history? I am going to build my credit history by paying my bills on time and using a credit card responsibly. Where are you going to buy your first home? I am going to buy my first home in a quiet neighborhood outside the city. When are you going to start a retirement savings account? I am going to start a retirement savings account once I have a full-time job with benefits. How much money are you going to put into savings each month? I am going to put at least $200 into savings each month. Why are you going to meet with a financial advisor? I am going to meet with a financial advisor to plan my savings and investments carefully. When are you going to open a bank account? I am going to open a bank account next week after I receive my immigration documents. When are you going to get your driver's license? I am going to get my driver's license after I finish my driving lessons next month. How are you going to study for the written driving test? I am going to study for the written driving test by reading the DMV handbook and taking online practice exams. Where are you going to take your driving lessons? I am going to take my driving lessons at a driving school in my neighborhood. What kind of car are you going to buy for your family? I am going to buy an affordable and practical used SUV for my family. How are you going to pay for your car? I am going to pay for my car with some savings and a loan. Where are you going to register your new vehicle? I am going to register my new vehicle at the DMV office downtown. What are you going to keep in your car for legal and safety reasons? I am going to keep my driver's license, car registration, and proof of insurance in my car for legal and safety reasons. How are you going to learn about your new city? I am going to learn about my new city by touring around and reading local news. Where are you going to buy groceries? I am going to buy groceries at a supermarket near my apartment. What are you going to do if you get sick? I am going to visit a community health clinic if I get sick. Why are you going to get a library card? I am going to get a library card to borrow books and attend free programs. How are you going to meet new people? I am going to meet new people by attending English classes and community activities. Why are you going to participate in local activities? I am going to participate in local activities to meet new people and practice my English. How are you going to help other new immigrants in the future? I am going to help other new immigrants by volunteering at the community center or the resettlement agency. What programs are you going to join to learn about U.S. culture? I am going to join a newcomer orientation program and workshops to learn about U.S. culture. How are you going to learn about your rights and responsibilities? I am going to learn about my rights and responsibilities by reading information on the official government websites. When are you going to apply to become a U.S. citizen? I am going to apply to become a U.S. citizen as soon as I meet the eligibility requirements. Why are you going to apply for U.S. citizenship? I am going to apply for U.S. citizenship to have more rights and opportunities. How are you going to prepare for the citizenship test? I am going to prepare for the citizenship test by attending preparation classes. What are you going to do after you become a citizen? I am going to register to vote after I become a citizen. Thanks for watching. If you find this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions about this video, leave a comment down below.